Good evening, y'all. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News. I'm your host, Brian Taylor Bridges. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News, y'all. Come on in for a brief moment. Want to go in on Nancy Pelosi tonight. Actually, her husband, Paul Pelosi, who was burglarized today, you all, by an intruder who happened to be possibly one of these January 6th Capitol rioters. I said it, one of those January 6th Capitol rioters. This man could possibly be definitely one of these, one of their allies, one of their bros, one of their brothers in this Proud Boy movement, you all. And my particular reason was coming on here on the behalf of Miss Nancy Pelosi. I said that I'm coming on here on behalf of Miss Nancy Pelosi, y'all, which she is absolutely a House Speaker for the United States, you all. A very good House Speaker, might I say also, you all. Not only has Nancy Pelosi done a lot within the politics, you all, in the community of politics and elected officials, she has always been on point, you all, and not afraid of anybody, not afraid of no Trump, no Bidens, or nobody, you all. Right is right and wrong is wrong in this lady's eyes. I said it, right is right and wrong is wrong in Miss Nancy Pelosi's eyes, you all. Like I said, I just wanted to come on a brief moment and kind of talk about the biasness in the system, you all. Kind of like the biasness in the police system. I'm trying to understand how Mr. David actually got into the House of Representatives, the lady, into her house, you all. Like I said, this is a funny and strange thing, but I got all the answers, you all. All the answers and solutions right here tonight, you all. And I'm pretty sure y'all wonder, like, man, how Brian know about this politics? Man, I don't know too much about it, you all. But I happen to read up on a few things about Miss Pelosi. She also is in favor for reparations, you all. And that's the repaying of the indigenous people of this land, you all, which would happen to be indigenous Native Americans, which would happen to be the black people, you all. She has also pushed for this study. She has signed off on this bill in 2019 and in February of 2022, you all. She's always open for the conversation about reparations, and she is for things being equally balanced, you all, and the paying for old slave pain that we have all been through as a people. But like I said, this case was pretty funny, you all. And back to that, hey, Jubine and Carl, bro, well, good to see y'all tonight. Just wanted to go in briefly on, give us something to talk about tonight, man. I thought it was kind of funny that, man, this particular man had went in there, you all. Things are really heating up for these elected officials because now people are actually going to their home locations. I said these people are actually going to their home locations, you all. Now, mind you, Mr. David, he also went to the hospital with Mr. Paul Pelosi. I said it. They shipped the man off to the same hospital with Mr. Pelosi, you all, before they had taken him to the jailhouse to book him in. They took him also to be cared for, you all. I'm trying to understand how he made it, but it was absolutely obvious how he made it, you all, once you seen the news clip and news article, because the man is white. I said it, because the man is white. Now, had he been a black man, they would have put more holes in that baby. That boy, you'd swear he was on the movie Colors. Colors, yeah, I know y'all remember that Colors, when he pumped all them bullets into the rocket, and when they was talking all that smack, you all. But like I said, this was kind of funny because they had Mr. Pelosi in there, which is 82 years old, you all, trying to defend himself. He did was able to make a 911 call, and the police made it there in less than 2 minutes, you all. I said that you can look up the reports yourself. These are the local police. Now, mind you, Mrs. Pelosi is the representative for the United States, which actually makes her the third most powerful person in America, the third most powerful person in the United States, on the Supreme Court, so forth and so on, you all. She is the third highest, most powerful person in the White House. I said that she is absolutely the third most powerful person in this particular establishment, you all. Like I said, she's an upstanding woman. Her and her husband have been through a few things. I'm pretty sure Mr. Powell, he has gotten him a few DWIs, you all. So Mr. Powell like to throw his little drink back. I don't know what he be drinking on, some cognac or some vodka, or what he be actually drinking on, you all. But it's pretty funny. And like I said, the man's name is Mr. David. I do have a brief article. I'm gonna read a little bit on it, and I'm only gonna read as far as to after they capture him, you all, which it'll be enough for us to pretty much get the gist of it. But it was funny because the man intruded. He absolutely getting trumped up with a lot of charges. But in this particular case, the man, he never intended to hurt anyone, you all. I said that the man never really intended to hurt anyone. He was only trying to make a statement, and I'm pretty sure that he got some stripes, you all, because, this is highly glorified within a little rally community, you all. Like I said, these are some individuals who are very organized. They never said if he had any prior convictions or anything of this nature. So he was absolutely taking one for the team on some kind of political stand, you all. But mind you, my solution to Miss Nancy Pelosi, like I said, I have a lot of respect for the lady, and love this guy. Yeah, I love you too, bro. And then, like I said, I have a lot of respect for the lady, man, because she's very upstanding. She's the only one that had the balls enough to actually stand up to Trump and so many other people. It's been a pleasure to see this little lady actually fight for the things that she fights for, you all. So I have to say I have a lot of respect for the little lady, you all. But mind you, the little house where she live in San Francisco, you all, it is not heavily guarded like one would think, because she has been living in the same home since 1984. I said this lady been living in the same home since 1984. I'm pretty sure they have a lot of antiques in this lady house, you all. And, once you get pretty old and settled in your ways, you pretty much don't want to move, so forth and so on. Yeah. They say the right age, yeah. Already, so it's one of the things they should absolutely move, you all. Miss Pelosi and Mr. Powell and them, I'm pretty sure they have absolutely made this property value go up high, man. Because if you look at their houses, you can look at the houses pretty much in the neighborhood that actually been built around her house, you all. It's pretty much modern built type of houses. And Miss Pelosi and them, they have since 1984 they've been having this same house, you all. So it would be kind of hard to actually have all this security. They do have camera security, but I'm pretty sure their neighbors have better security systems than they do. I said their neighbors probably have better security systems than they actually do, you all. Like I said, this is a old, well-respected family, and they wouldn't actually think something like this would happen but this has been the second time that some intruders had actually been on the Pelosi's property, you all. So now it will be absolutely time for her to move. Her and her family is at high risk, you all. Her daughter is actually the spokesperson who actually does the interviews for Miss Pelosi when they can't catch her, you all. She has a nice daughter, you all, who actually is always pretty much by her side, you all. She is one of the ones who actually got the footage when they stormed the Capitol. She was with her mother, actually filming her mother as all this was unfolded. She was the actual camera person, you all. So, like I said, shout out to Lil Pelosi. I don't know her first name, you all, but this is some concrete evidence, man. This little, she walking in her mama's footsteps, you all. So she have opportunity to get some good footage, some good reports. I'm pretty sure whichever direction her life is going, she is well supported, you all. But in this case, all the security is with Mrs. Pelosi, because when they are not actually together, then Mr. Pelosi don't have the same security that they have when they all together as a family. Or like I said, Miss Pelosi would actually have 24-hour security, you all. But then, like I said, and these high elected officials, their families should be well taken care of, and at least have someone at least guarding their houses or their communities. And in this situation, they can't really guard everybody. It's just plain and simple as that, you all. But not only are these politicians a threat, especially that these elections are now coming close to hand. These judges are also being threatening, and one of these lady judges, which happened to be an Hispanic lady judge, her husband and her son was killed on her doorstep, you all. And I'm pretty sure that whichever person this was actually looking for her, and got what they could get, which is her paying for something in some kind of painful way, you all. But like I said, Miss Pelosi and her family should be taken care of in much better ways, you all. But the funny thing was, the man didn't never make no kind of threats. They was trying to say he tried to tie Mr. Pelosi up. I think they kind of over-exaggerated some of the things, because he had never grabbed the hammer. In fact, Mr. Powell had the hammer initially, you all, and he let the man take the hammer from him. I can't call Mr. Old Powell no punk or nothing like that, man, because he 82 years old, and he could be white, black, Mexican, Hispanic, man. I love my elders. I was raised to respect my elders and things of that nature, man. So, when they get up in age and things of that nature, then you start to look at them in a different light, in a different manner. I know that some of these old people are actually prejudiced people, you all, but, that's between them and God. Unless they say something really disrespectful to me, then I'm pretty sure that I will say something back, you all. I am not nothing like Jesus, although I desire to be, I would actually say something back. But, when these old people get in their ways and they kind of say some certain things, you kind of have to look beyond some of the things they say and give them the respect that's actually due, you all. Like I said, this is how I was raised, and I would actually walk off and be a better person, you all, because like I said, and this ain't nothing I'm just shooing or trying to say. We was raised to say yes ma'am and no ma'am, and my mother's sister had actually instilled that in us, you all, and she was the elder sister of the aunties. Well, she happened to be my auntie, and she wouldn't allow us to say yeah and things of that nature, because she actually thought that was smart terms, and we had to kind of stay in the child's place. We couldn't actually run up on their conversations. She was the enforcer of the family, you all. She used to get on my mama them tail and everybody's tail in the family. But I miss her to this day. May her soul rest in peace. Cause she was a stiff woman, man. Like I said, I didn't want to come on. I just wanted to, it was Friday and kind of wanted to have something to kind of kick it on. And like I said, another thing that was absolutely funny, not only did David take the hammer from Mr. Paul, and like I said, that was due to his age. I'm pretty sure it was easy for him to really do, you all. And he probably whacked him in the head one time, you know, and he had to go get stitches and things of that nature. Might have had a slight concussion, but from what they saying, the doctors are actually saying is that he will absolutely make a full recovery. And you know, being that you are so old and 80 something, your bones don't heal the same, you all, because you know, mine don't. I'm getting up in age, and my bones, I don't heal as fast as I used to when I was young. You know, praise God, I am still a healer. You know, and you know, my body is healing, still going through some healing processes as we speak. But like I said, Mr. Pelosi, he not all bust up like they saying, but because they saying he gonna make a full recovery, and praise God for that, man. Because nobody, you know, like I say, you don't wish bad on nobody, because God in the end is karma is everything. You know, whether it's you know, people believe in God or not, you know, some people they would actually believe in karma. You know, so you know you put out good energy, you get good energy back, you know. And I was always raised by my grandfather. You know, I was raised with an old soul, kind of. I did have my grandfather around, and he would always say, you know, we give respect first, give respect to people first, because that way you can demand your own respect. So, me as a person, I always, it never made me no less of a man to actually apologize to people, you know, and especially if I'm wrong, I feel like I'm wrong and I know it. You know, if I don't say it that same day, I would actually say it, you know, that I apologize. I've been wrong a lot of times, you all, and man, I'm still going through life, getting things together, and you know, trying to get better day by day, as I might say, man. But like I said, not only did he take the hammer, what you said, Carl? Like, man, whatever, and shot. Yeah, he would have had more holes in it, because that's what I was about to get back to. Thank you, bro. So, yeah, he would have had more holes in the man than you could think of. And they didn't even hit David with a taser, you all. Even the report said that they tackled him. You know, how crazy is that? They tackled the man. Now, I done seen, now we got some of our own reports in our own family right here, you all, and they just shot brothers for less. You know, they got kids and everything, man. And then, see, this was one of my things. And I did put in the description, how is he still alive, you all? Because some of these officers, they actually gave the name of some of these officers when y'all see the report. And I'm pretty sure they're going to say it tomorrow, you all. But they actually have already released the officers' names. You know, as though they did a heroic thing, which is heroic, but like I said, they let one of their own make it, you all, because this dude is absolutely the fall guy, the crash dummy, you know, the one that was gonna take the lick for the team, you all. So in his little prison little state, he gonna have some good little commissary. They gonna look out for him. They gonna make sure he, you know, don't get roughed up and so forth, so on, if he can't fight, because that would have been one for the team. And this is what he done, you all. Because like I said, the man did not go in there with no weapons at all. But however he came in there, I'm pretty sure they got that map, you all. I said I'm pretty sure they got that mapped out, you all. So, like I said, the best thing for Miss Pelosi and her family to do is actually move at this point. You know, probably it's too much pride to make her move, but that should be something that they should consider. So you can't run up the Speaker of the House in a home and not be killed. That's what I'm saying. And with so much power and so much respect to their family. He did not get killed. They tackled him, man. They tackled him like a football player, bro. Actually. So they, like I say, they ain't tase him, they ain't shake him up or nothing, and it's one of the things that actually baffled me. That's how some of these different police forces, they have, fraternities, almost a fraternity, a gang inside a gang, pretty much you all, because, they have their own secret cliques, and, I'm pretty sure they let this dude make it, man. He made it out of there unscathed and everything. Let me read a little bit of the article. Copyright disclaimer under Title 17 U.S.C. Sections 107. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is permitted by the copyright statute and might otherwise be infringed. Non-profit, educational, and personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. You all, there you go. So it said the ceiling tried to tie up Mr. Pelosi in the home, attacked, and shouted, "Where is Nancy? Where is Nancy?" So he ain't started hollering. He kind of made a scene after the police came in there. Then he went to putting on, you all. And so, like I said, he had actually committed himself. And, man, they not only hit him with burglary, they hit him with assault on an elderly person. They trumped him up with a fruit crimes. And instead of hitting him with a regular simple assault, they wanted to hit him with aggravated murder, you all. Or attempted murder, excuse me. They wanted to hit him with attempted murder, and they probably still had it as one initial charge, but I'm sure that will be reduced, you all. But some kind of way they're going to make some example out of him somewhere. So he said, "Where's Nancy? Where's Nancy?" That's what he kept shouting. He said, Paul Pelosi, the husband of the House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, was attacked with a hammer at the couple's home in San Francisco by a male assailant on early Friday morning. It said law enforcement sources told CNN the assailant who attacked him was searching for House Speaker, according to sources brief on the attack. So them kind of sources is somebody that's closest to her, and these sources will be her daughter, you all. Like I said, they probably didn't particularly say this because actually when he had hit Mr. Pelosi across the head, Miss Pelosi, Miss Nancy and them was in Washington, you all. So they did have to fly home, and like a good wife, you all, she also went with Mr. Pelosi and is with Mr. Pelosi now at the hospital, you all. She do love her husband. They've been rocking together a long time, you all. It said the intruders confronted the speaker's husband in their San Francisco home, shouted, "Where's Nancy? Where's Nancy?" According to the sources, it said the man assaulted Pelosi, Paul Pelosi, and tried to tie him up until Nancy got home, so he was going to actually hold Mr. Paul until, Miss Pelosi made it home. But again, like I say, I don't even know where he had the rope at, you all, but for a fact, he did not have the weapon. Mr. Pelosi actually had the weapon, you all. So, like I said, his intentions was just to make a statement and humiliate these people, more so to say, you all. But it's a high price for all that in the end. It said the man who assaulted Mr. Paul Pelosi tried to tie him up. According to the thing, it said until Mrs. Nancy arrived. It said the assailant was saying he was waiting for Nancy. So he was still telling the police officer, man, we need to wait for Miss Pelosi. He said this was not a random act. He said this was intentional. The San Francisco Police Chief William Scott said during a news conference on the investigation, adding, "Is wrong. Our elected officials are here to do business for their cities, their counties, and their states and the nation, you all." And I definitely agree with that. There should be no kind of way, people can actually get to them like that, you all. Not in their home locations. Maybe they out speaking somewhere. You always gonna have some kind of butthole in the crowd somewhere, because these kind of events be kind of large and Some of them are held outside, some of them are held inside, you all. Just depends on the temperature and the location, I'm pretty sure. It says their families don't sign up for this to be harmed or to be wrong. Absolutely. It says Pelosi, 82, was taken to the hospital and underwent surgical surgery to repair skull fractures and serious injuries to his right arm and hands, you all. It said Drew Hillman, the spokesman for Nancy Pelosi, said the statement early Friday evening. The statement said that the doctor expected him to make an absolute full recovery. It said Scott said the authorities are still determining the motive for the attack, but they are intended to book the suspect on felony charges. So they combing through his Facebook and all that, trying to see who he actually attached to, who he actually, if they actually in the same organization. And I did look up some of that, you all, and they were saying that he really hated the theory of the COVID theory, and that he didn't like Dr. Fauci, so forth and so on. He was a real advocate against the COVID and the COVID vaccine. So they kind of see from his website, from his pages, that he was actually, like I said, he's an affiliate with these Proud Boy dudes somewhere. I'm not sure if he was actually at the Capitol riot, because there were so many people that were not actually able to make it out there, and there was some people that was out there and couldn't get actually up as far as those other guys did, you all. So like I said, and this was an ongoing investigation, and like I said, they're going to be investigating him for a while also. But like I said, it's mostly for tracking his internet connections down, so forth and so on. They trying to put everything together. It said the suspect is still in the hospital. The suspect is in the hospital. But let him say this. He said, we intend to book the suspect, whether it's a absentee or whether it's in person, you all. He will be booked for felony charges, he said in a news conference Friday evening, without providing additional details. He said the attack sent shockwaves through Washington and sparked an outpouring, condolences and commendations for congressional leaders on both sides of the aisle. It said it comes as fear of politicians violently directed toward lawmakers remain high in wake of January 16th. That's the attack on the U.S. Capitol. I think I spelled that wrong somewhere too. You all scream, I gotta go back and fix that. It said as well as other high profile violent incidents that have been targeted of Congress in the recent years, you all. So ever since Trump been out of office and all this had going on, man, it's just been high. They've been getting a lot of threats, and some of these people have actually been making it to their destinations, you all. They said Nancy Pelosi was able to speak to her husband after the attack. And before he was taken into surgery, according to sources familiar with the matter. It said the speaker flew to her family to San Francisco on Friday to be with her husband. Another source familiar told CNN News Evening she was at the hospital. It said the speaker and her family are thankful, so forth and so on, about the condolence of support and prayers from friends and so forth and so on. Let me kind of skip down a little bit. Okay, it said authorities identify 42-year-old David DePape, you all. His name again is David DePape. He's 42 years old as the suspect in the attack. It said officials expect to bring 4 multiple felony charges again. It said in connection with the incident next week. It said San Francisco District Attorney Brooke Jenkins tweeted Friday evening, we are coordinating closely with the federal law enforcement, so they trying to see if they can actually give them a Fed case, which they're not going to be able to do. It said we will bring 4 multiple felony charges on Monday and expect DPAP to be arranged, you all. It said Sky details the evening said the Friday response to law enforcement officers were witnesses at the scene, and also they do have it on body cam, so this is gonna be kind of cool. I guess it'll be kind of cool to see the body cam tomorrow. To see when he actually snatched the little hammer from Mr. Pelosi and clubbed him in the head, you all. And it goes to Mr. Pelosi. If you ever see this, you might see this a couple years down the line, because I ain't really that big yet, but. I did laugh at you a little bit, Mr. Pelosi, but I'm glad you're all right. I didn't need to be that. I thought it was funny he snatched that out your hand. But see, they should, Mr. Pelosi, you need to get your old pistol, man, because I know you already got your gun license. I know you got your gun license, Mr. Pelosi. You should have popped him. That's what I think Mr. Pelosi should have done, y'all. It said when officers arrived at Pelosi's residence, Scott said the front door was opened by someone inside. So they had to open the door. Now somebody opened the door, and I know Mr. Pelosi ain't walked to the door. It said observers said Pelosi and DPAP each had a hand on the hammer, so they were still holding the hammer, tussling for the hammer. He probably clubbed Mr. Pelosi with it while he had it in his hand. You all, like I said, we'll actually get to see the footage. They gotta show the police footage anyway, you all. So that was really it. It said while outside the home, officers saw DPAP pulling the hammer away from Pelosi, attacked, and the police chief said. Scott went on to say Pelosi was struck in the head by DPAP. And like I said, they had to kind of exaggerate it a little bit, you all. But that was pretty much it. Said Pelosi, and another funny thing, like they said, Pelosi was trying to, facts, you need a pistol, yeah, 83, yeah, because he finna be 83 soon, going spare the old man life. But like I say, they said he made a full recovery. You know, Mr. Pelosi should have had one of them old 357, one of them old ones. You got to spin that barrel like that, you know. He supposed to have one of them old, I know he got one of them old antiques in there. He could have probably put some gunpowder in that bad boy and popped him out one. You know what I'm talking about. He said he managed to keep the line open to the dispatcher, y'all. So, like I said, he was actually to make when he made his 911 call, he kept the thing going. They was trying to say Mr. Pelosi was speaking in codes and stuff of that nature, but, you know, he was actually trying to, you know, be slick about the conversation, because he kept on saying, man, bro, why you in my home? You know, what you gonna do to me? So I'm pretty sure he was kind of scared, you know, to actually see that like that, because he said the man looked at, you know, anybody breaking in your house gonna look strange anyway. They ain't gonna look handsome at all. So, you know, this is one of them things, man. I hope everybody had a good week. We made it through another week, y'all. Yes, indeed, man. It's Friday, so, man, I hope everybody enjoy their weekend. I'll probably come on and try to get tuned in tomorrow. Do our little weekly Bible study, and then we'll do one news one. You know, I've been I had some good news too, man. I just figured out how to get actually I'm gonna have to go to Amazon College, you all, because Amazon got the thing where you can learn how to get your products, so forth, and you know, kind of maximize the features. And I was able to get a few products on there. It's a slow process, but now I'm finally getting some things done, you all. And that was kind of pleasing to me. I just need him to give me some new electronics, and soon maybe God to have something blessed for me here soon or next year, man. I'm just be happy to be alive and still can come on and talk to everybody. And we growing slowly but surely, you all. I hope y'all had a good week, bro. Already. So, man, I'll be working on that here and there. Working on about 3-4 things at one time, but trying to get something growing, trying to keep us growing, man, all at the same time, man. So, you know, in the future we'll have something nice we can actually come together, man, and do us some things and help some people and eat together and all kind of stuff. And got some good plans, bro. Already, G-Bean. I'm glad, bro. That's what's up, man. Well, I see y'all in the morning, man. Talk to y'all tomorrow, man. Might get up early. See what kind of Saturday we got. Shalom Saturday. Y'all have a good one, bro. One love. All right, Carl, G-Bean. Go out further, man. 100, y'all. Peace.